Okay, in theory, we are back. All right, so let's pop this open. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so now let us bring up the game. Hey, Void, how you doing? Oh, it's Michael. Michael. How you doing, buddy? Nice. Well, and we may be figuring some of it out. Apparently, the in order to make this run on Star Citizen, it requires a couple, three extra pieces of software, which apparently sent Farming Simulator into an absolute tizzy. And that's because each one of the Virpil components has more buttons than the um, default Windows controller allows. But apparently, Farming Simulator is supposedly able to talk to it without all that. We're about to find out. You're here catching it live right now. I do. I have, and in fact, the first thing I did this morning was make sure that everything, all the drifts were updated and all the axes were functioning. All of that is doing what it's supposed to. The thing that I ran into, pardon my voice, when I started up the game was it was detecting each piece of the Virpil hardware and each BJoy virtual version of it all, and it didn't seem to matter how I undid it, it did not want to undo. So I finally just like exited the game, exited Steam, rebooted the computer, and as you can see, rebooted my stream. So we're loading back in right now with just the left and right sticks plugged in. All the other hardware has been physically unplugged, is disabled in all of the software. I have my ISO map for my skid steer pulled up, so I know like where to assign things, which I've technically already done some of it in the game, but while it can see the joysticks, it so far hasn't responded. I'm hoping that maybe we're gonna get there. If not, I could definitely use all the help you got, brother, because I'm about to start bashing my head on this keyboard. I want to have some fun today. It's not that I didn't have fun yesterday. Y'all don't misunderstand me on that. Sorry for clapping right by the microphone. This one freaking gnat, dude. If I could, I need to get one of those lasers that shoots the gnats in the air. That would be awesome. Trying to decide if I should actually go to the trouble of getting things set up to where I can turn on a camera for me and or the setup that I'm using, but I don't know if that's something that people actually would want to see. I mean, I'm definitely nothing to look at, but I don't know how much people enjoy watching the actual movements or if you just like watching smooth mechanical movement in the game. That's me personally. I This jittery having to swipe the mouse 600 times to lift the boom is for the frickin' birds. Oh, so I have run through my energy drink. It is now time to be good and drink water. If you are watching and you have not hydrated in the last 30 minutes, this is your official warning to do so. Today I am drinking out of my Circle Cup with a coconut pineapple life sip. It's supposed to have some nutrients and whatnot in it, but more to the point, it just changes the taste of water for me. I'm a little worried about how long it's taking the map to reload because the map is downloaded. What I found from a Reddit post was that Farming Sim usually panics and binds random things to empty slots, so starting fresh and binding things manually usually would help with things. Yeah, I have a feeling that we may be. I don't know if that's a delete a file or if that's a hit a button. We need to figure that out because I do have a feeling that that is coming, especially with changing the sticks and all that stuff around. It's in game settings. So there's like a reset to default type of thing. Options. See, I couldn't find game. Okay, well, you're about to be able to see it. Hey, look, start. Hitting tab to go to the skid steer. Turning the skid steer on. No response from anything purple. Escaping, going to the main menus. Okay, so let's go to the controls. Let's go. Okay, let's check in the devices and see what it says. Okay, so it sees the left stick this time, but not the right stick. And I don't know. Oh, switch device. Right stick, mouse. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay. And then, oh, this reset all button down here then. Okay, so do you want to load the default settings? Yes. Okay. That tells me that in theory, when I look over here, nothing is bound now. Okay, so nothing is bound. Front loader. All right. Now I got to stop and think about. So raising and lowering the arm should be here. Oh, it took both. Nice. Okay, now I got to stop and think about the. I don't think I have an extend. I think I just have the tool. And I got to stop and think about my ISO. So left curl would be. So if I come here and go like this. Nope, that's not correct. Let's do that again. That is correct. Okay, so let's save. And nothing. So the game sees it. Let's go back into controls. Let's go to devices. My. Oh, that's the right stick. I need the left stick. Or that was the left stick. I need the right stick. Okay, you see it. I see it. Okay. So the game sees the sticks and it sees the right positions in the sticks. Let's go to. Oh, no, no, no. go to something simple. Honk. Let's go on the left stick to honk. Okay. Save controls. And no honk. Yeah, that's because it's positive and negative of that function. If we go back to the vehicle. No, not to the vehicle, the front loader. And then we scroll over to here. If you watch when it binds, it's going to show Y, either positive and negative for going forward. Or, no, it's just that axis. The tool temporarily double bound to X and Z, and I took care of that. But I bound the horn, which is as simple as it gets. All right, so let's go back into our logs. Document. My games, farming simulator, to the logs. And open sometime this year. Game. All right, let's see what all we have here. So it sees the sticks. I'm looking to see. This is a lot of log data. Good Lord. Oh, I need to go into a different file. Okay, y'all be patient with me. I'll give you an update here in a moment. I'm having to dig deep in my memory of where shit is stored at. The user. OneDrive documents. My games, farming simulator. There should be an XML file in here somewhere. Where are you at? I remember these frustrations when I first started doing this with Star Citizen. Oh, we're dealing with metadata issues, I think. We found the real distinction. I'm running the log through a log reader to break it down because it's hundreds of lines. Burple's not coming up as a joystick on the metadata. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, y'all, this is frustrating. It sees everything. Like it's seeing and recording, but the game does not understand that my joysticks are joysticks, probably because of their complication level. I may end up having to just buy a more simple kit. Okay. So let me see if I can find. No, don't. Or yes. Save the changes. Because we redid the bindings. Now I need to quit. I gotta go teach the freaking game that this is a joystick. Y'all, how in the world do I end up in these messes? I may have to try the inverted axis, but first I gotta teach the game that my joysticks are joysticks. Right now they're showing as unknown hardware types. Okay. Uh, okay, back into the folders. Input devices manual. Okay, so okay, I know what to do with that now. Farming simulator. Input devices manual. Need to make a new text document. And we need to name it Purple underscore MT50 CM2 underscore FS25 dot XML. Yes, change that file extension. I wouldn't have. Goodness. Now, should be able to do that. Save. Close. Exit. If this works and people have questions, I will gladly walk through what I had to do. All right. And then once you create that file, okay. So I now need to create a copy of the original input XML file. So we're going to Control C that file. We're going to back it up in a folder over here. New folder. We're just going to call that FS25 underscore BKUP. And we're going to put that file there. And then we're going to close that, go back over here, grab that file and delete it so that it will be recreated the next time we log in. Okay. So what we have done is we have created a manual input device that has the specific details for the make and model of the left and right Virpil sticks. That I had to go and pull down from online. Once we added that to the manual input devices folder, we have made a backup of the XML file that shows the input settings and then deleted it from the farming simulator folder so that when the game goes to boot, it will generate a new log XML file. Hopefully, when we do this, if I have pulled down the right files, it will identify these as joysticks and not unknowns. And at that point, our saved bindings should, in theory, work. May the machine god have mercy on us all. And in the meantime, let me minimize all this crazy shit. All right. We now have the game brought up. Career. Scroll all the way down. continue, and start. This may take longer because it's got to generate the new it's got to generate that file, and I think it has to actually like pull down a default and then overlay our input information. Oh, I had no idea that I was going to be doing Adeptus Mechanicus work today. What the hell, man? I feel like I need to get out the prayer ribbons and start, getting the machine oils out and anointing the machines and asking the spirit of the machine to work with me just because I want to drive my skid steer like a skid steer. Who would have thought? All because I want to pick up the freaking logs off the ground with something more than 700 swipes of my mouse. Yes, I know I said 500 last time. It's going to get bigger, a week from now. We're going to be like 64,000 swipes of the mouse. So just bear with me. This is my sardonic sense of humor trying to not get very frustrated. All right. Yay, let's try this again. Tab. Okay. No. Okay, let's go into here, go into controls. Let's go down to why? Devices. You see it. I know that you see it. You know that you see it. What in the world? Uh, why has it not generated a new log file? Did it make the new input? Uh-oh. Let's try. Man, I'm telling you, I feel like they're fancy paperweights some days, man. All right, so we've saved. We're gonna quit and see if that generates the log files. I'm wondering if we're gonna have to start a new save. If so, that's gonna be sad making. Okay. Sticks to see. So now we go into here, we go into documents, we go into my games, we go into farming simulator. Did you make a new? You did. Did you keep my file? You did. So now we go into here. We grab that and go ahead and get it started being decoded in the log reader. And then let's go see if the logs actually generated a file. Still no change in the log file since 12:30. Oh, Farm Simulator. I'm still here, folks. I'm just clearing out the log directory because for some reason the game did not generate a new log file. Oh, wait a minute. I think I found it. I'm waiting on the log thing to present the synopsis of what it's got. Let me bring back up chat. Okay, just making sure we're not missing anything on chat. If I get quiet, just bear with me. If somebody posts something in chat, those of you who are regulars, if somebody posts something in chat and I don't respond to it pretty quick, can you please make a note that I just haven't had a chance to look back over there yet? Because it's not that I'm trying to ignore anybody. I'm just uh So, yeah, because I feel like the gameplay is going to get better. Like it's one of those like I want to use my sticks, but I'm starting to get to that point where I feel like what I need to do is just go spend a little bit of money because I can use if I get the hardware that I'm looking at, I can use it in other games. I just okay, so apparently I have the wrong codes. Okay. Okay. There's a different version of these files, so let's exit because we want everything to quit recording. Okay, so we need to go back into the manual input. The only reason I'm not showing this stuff on screen, folks, is internals of computers show security stuff, and I'm not risking the security of my computer. Okay, so it looks like I need to delete the file I created. Control C, new text document, Control V. Yes, change it to an XML. Open that file. Control C, move this version of it over. That looks a lot simpler than the first one. Save and close. And we're going to go to the right Virpil. And we're going to create new text document. And you will be named blah, 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 right instead of blah, 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 left. Yes, I want you to change it. I know it can become unstable. Folks, computers. I'm not good at this stuff anymore. Like I'm way out of my element. I am literally following the advice of people who have gone through this, but then having to cross reference what they've said with sites that actually have the details of the equipment that I use because apparently Virpil is not commonly used to play Farm Simulator. If they're trying to tell me to stay in my spacefaring lane, they can get fucked. I want to lift logs. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it. Okay. All right, Michael, be careful, buddy. Have good luck on your meeting. Uh, all right, so we've made those files. Now we go through and we start Farming Simulator 25. A lot of things I found say stick to flight sims. Yeah, no, that's not me. Like, I mean, I don't, if I have to get different hardware for different games, that's fine. But, like, why make it so complicated? Seems a tad unnecessary to me, but what do I know? Okay. Nice. All right. We're back up. Okay, now that we've done this, I need to run the latest copy of the log file to see if the classification has changed. Don't ask me why I have hiccups. I have no clue. Please have reclassified my freaking sticks. Hey, they're not being treated as unknown HID devices anymore. How about that? All right, let's see if this works then. We might have defeated it. Oh, yeah. No, I get it. I mean, if and I'm sure Verpal is just sticking to their, flight sim lane because like in order to do the I actually had to buy left and right sticks as if I was buying a left-handed person's stick and a right-handed person's stick to make them work together for Star Citizen. So I get it, but I kind of also wish that maybe there was a company out there that went, "Hey, look, we're just going to stick to the thing of making peripherals for computers that is not keyboard and mouse." So we're going to make steering wheels, we're going to make puddles, we're going to make, rudder pedals, we're going to make joysticks left, right, and throttle and button panels and easy to, you know, probably make a lot of money doing that, but who knows? Uh, Me, I just want to play with my skid steer. I'm getting frustrated. I'm about ready to make the long walk out to my actual skid steer and go move dirt for a little while just to get have some fun. It's just expensive if there's not a purpose. It's one thing when somebody's paying you to do it. All right, here we go. Tab, tab. All right. Okay. So let's go do a rebind. Great, googly moogly. All right. Vehicle. Yeah, those settings are not going to work. All right, let's go to honk. Okay. Save. Save. Oh, good Lord. All right. Now, let's go back into that file. Okay, so there's the log file. It has made this incredibly messy. All right. Those are now being decoded by the log reader. Uh, so, welcome to troubleshooting. I'm pretty sure this is past 101. I think we're in like the 303 series at this point. As I'm going to shoot you a text. What in the world achievement did I get sitting here? It's just the beginning. I've never felt happier than here. Okay. That was weird. Okay, so go into controls. Vehicle driving. I'm literally having to sit here and kind of pick my way through the forums that answer questions. I'm beginning to think I may need to change games because now it looks like I'm going to have to actually put it in a debug mode and record what happens when I'm using the hardware. Okay. While I'm letting, I've got a, I've set something up to run in the background. Okay, yeah. We're at the, there's no sense in putting more time into, I could be at this for another 5 or 6 hours and still not get data I need. I'm just going to purchase hardware for it. So we're just going to have to do it the hard way today. And I will make a purchase here when I go to do my next leg session. Actually, we've only got hour and a half left. So I'll have to do it while I'm off in my appointment. I'm sorry to waste so much time this morning, everybody. That's not what I was trying to do. Oh. And we need to put time back to normal. Okay, let's play the game. All right, so we are still with it. Oh, that's one right there. Okay. So I do not know if this is going to work. We're going to try. I do not need my fishing pole. There it is. Holy crap, the tree fell straight over for once. Okay, let's see if we can go pick it up. If we can pick it up and drag it out of here, we can clean off the branches. Oh, I need to get chat back up. Yeah, so it applied a very generic on the left stick. It applied a very generic joystick setting that put a binding for everything on one stick and then didn't apply anything to the other stick. And when I tried mapping the right stick, I still got no horn. So I can't get it to respawn on either side. Rather than invest more time in this, I'm going to play the game and I'm going to order in something that'll give me the driving and the skid steer and all that. Against the stump. So what we want to see happen is getting right up underneath this. Oh, is getting right up underneath this log and picking the whole tree up, because that's what the physics allow you to do. Whether that's realistic or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, I could pick a whole tree up with my skid steer, but I'm saying the way that I'm trying to do it here to deal with the trailer issue. What was that? There it is. Okay, now we should be able to clamp this thing down, and it's going to act like the belts. Again, this is not how this works. Profit in this game. Ooh. Well, that didn't go the way I was expecting. Let's get all the brush out of the way. 6,000 passes of the mouse here. Get all of it, but I got a chunk of it. Alright, let's take and try to pick it up and come down here again. Using what we learned back there. Swipe, 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 swipe. Oh, no! You bastard. Oh, come on. Really? Right back where I started. Okay. I want to try. Oh, dang it. I want to try something. I take... Okay. I think I know how I'm going to deal with this. taking a little financial hit, but I think it's going to work. Wasted a little too much time trying to do it. We're going to get back to this point, but we need a different piece of equipment to do so, and I think it's outside of our financial reach for right now. I am going to check on it when I get to the store, but we're going to go dump these logs first and set the mill to producing. I also realized when I bought the mill yesterday, I screwed up and forgot to get one that had solar panels on it. Well, that's going to cost a little money. Oh, totally forgot to lock the load down. Just about got smacked in the back with the logs. Awesome, brother. Do they have answers finally? All right, now let's go sell this trailer and pick up a trailer we can actually load chunks of wood into. I hate that we wasted money, but don't really, gotta... Oh, crap. You're absolutely right, brother. I did not even think about the fact that I'm on stream. You're absolutely cool with that. Like, whenever you're comfortable. I'm so sorry. My brain was so wound up in trying to freaking cut down some timber today that I just completely fucking forgot where I was talking to you from. All right. I get it. And repair $1. Yes. Yes. And sell. Yes. Okay. All right. Now let's go look. All right, let's find. I think it's going to be one of these. All right, so I'm thinking. Okay, so let's look at this one. Yeah, no, I'm thinking trying to identify if one of these actually says it will carry wood. Uh, that one's designed to carry hay bales. That one's designed to carry hay bales. Oh, oh, wait a minute. We'll come back for the tractor. Where's that chunk of wood at? There it is. Bingo! We just need to clean up how we've got our tools placed up here. All right. Very fine. Can't get to that one. All right. Yeah. Okay. I need to keep an eye out on that. I didn't realize that there was somebody playing jokes today. All right. Now we have a plan. I love it. As a matter of fact, swipes later. In theory, I should be able to feed these pieces. Not feed them, but like set them in the bucket. And then take a bunch of pieces up there at once to load. Oh no! Why did it go away? Okay, as long as the next piece doesn't disappear. Can I pick this whole piece up? Oh, yes. Yes, I can. It's probably not going to work, but you know, it's worth the try. Wonder if I'm not allowed to cut it because it's up on the trailer. Lucy, how you doing? Not allowed to cut that tree. Interesting. To be perfectly honest, I have an artist. Not trying to be mean or anything. I don't have enough funds to be able to get more than one artist involved, and I honestly don't have enough to pay the artists that I have. I'm having to build up money to get the pieces done that I want to get done. Is there any more? There's no more pieces in here. So we have done 2 of them now. We need to go find the next one. Up, you're a bot. Let's see, where is... Oh, there you are, right there. Oh. All right. Of course. Wonder. let's get... Can I pick up the rest? Nope. I still gotta take another chunk off of it. Alright. I feel like we're making progress now. Albeit kind of slow, muddled progress. It's progress nonetheless. It was worth trying. We'll carry this one up here. We'll go back and get the long one, then take the skid steer up, offload it, and go to the next tree. We're a third of the way there. Oh well. Screw it. Still can't pick it up yet. Wow. All right, so come on now. Got to be a little more careful, but we'll be okay. Let's go get the any other pieces? I don't think there are. No, 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 no. That would just move it from here. Now that I know that I can trim those stumps almost at the ground, yeah, we're going to take a little bit more. Where's that other one at? All right, there it is. Maz has been around long enough to know I will take every inch that I can. I will take it all back to the lumber mill. I'll make every penny off of it that it'll allow me. Okay. Go right here, and then I'll make a second cut. That car park can go on in a minute. Let's get what it will let us take off of the... All right, so... Wished I had thought of this early on yesterday. Part of the learning process, I suppose. Oh. Oh, come on. Guess I should have been happy when it Stacked to the floor. Okay, we go. Hustle, 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 hustle. Do 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 do. Oh, I got that one. That's better. To go. Oh, come on. No, no. I know what I need to do. It's just going to have to get through this messy load, and then I will go ahead and figure out which trailer I can get that's got walls on it that'll do this. Wish I could disable those other couple of tools that I'm not using. But I think part of what we're running into is these limbs are causing some issue. Yeah. See how that one's just moving around on its own? That's going to be those branches. They're not physical, but they're still applying the physics. I should not have been able to knock that jackhammer off. Cannot pick it up. Really? Y'all know that was some shenanigans. Oh, it continues to be some shenanigans. Just trying to get to where I can trim these freaking limbs off. Go get the rest of the trees. Of course you are. None of what is going on in this game right now makes any sense. But you know what? We're just going to work with it. I'm trying to be as realistic as I can, but when the trees just don't do what they're supposed to do, what are you going to do? Not entirely sure how that was supposed to work. Okay. I think I made these too long. Well, no, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. Might have made them a little too long, but that'll be all right. Just trying to minimize the number of trucks or runs to the truck. Four trees to go. It looks like the next one is right here with it. So, awesome. Probably cannot set that right there, but I'm going to try. Yeah. Game says new. That's alright. Almost tempted to just take the whole dang trailer down in the woods, except for the fact that we're sort of in this cluster right now. I'm almost tempted to go ahead and pop back before the store closes. You know what? Let's see if we can't get... Let's get... That one's not super tall, but it does look to be kind of long. Okay. Let's buy it. The pieces fit in the bucket of the skid steer. That makes me feel like they will just sit gravity-wise in here. And the rest of these trees, if I have to, I'll chunk them up small just to make it easier to get it all loaded. To worry about unloading it because it's going to get unloaded automatically when I pull over the hopper. We'll start by driving straight to where the trees are and getting those loaded, and then we'll come back up and finish up with whatever we have to put on the big trailer. Okay. Let's try something. So I just need to grab them right here. Ooh, goodness. What was that? Wonder if there's a way to open that back up. Do 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 do. All right. There has to be a way to... Oh, I'm supposed to grab it from as far back as I can. Let's hop in the tractor. Nope. Nope, I can't. Okay. Just got to do it by the thing. Got about 15 minutes left. feel pretty good about our current game plan, except for when I'm chucking the logs halfway across Timbuk, Zimbabwe. Yeah, this is gonna work much better. Did I go too far? Ha! Here's how we get around the high wall. As long as I don't chuck them too far. Which I did this one. I do it again. I did it again. Okay, where's our next tree at? Oh, I gotta get the... Nice, I don't remember cutting it at the base, but hey. Okay, we gotta get the... Oh, you know what? If I bring it back here, though... Alright. Can't help but feel like... Not seeing any dead wood up in here. There are 3 trees left. Ah, there's one. Actually, looks like maybe 2 of them. Yep. Oh, they're all right here. Hell yeah. Love it. All right. it's just whatever size we got to get it cut in to get it down. Physics of this is so broken. This one's being special. Come on. We got time. You know what? You're mine. Ah. Starting to get hyper-focused and frustrated at the same time, which is going to lead to mistakes if I'm not careful. Like that. Ah. Really? come back this evening. All right, folks. I will be back in a couple of hours. Y'all be careful.